Hello and welcome to Dental Studies Simplified. I am Dr. Ankita Kotecha, and in today's video we will discuss our next nonlinear model that is given by Conman in the year 2008. So the first question, why a newer model? Because with the advancement in our understanding of the disease pathogenesis, newer factors and newer findings comes into the picture. So a new model has to propose which will accommodate these newer findings and factors, and that is why we have our next nonlinear model proposed by Conman in the year 2008. This model is basically based on systems biology concept. The framework is multi-level hierarchical organization. That is, the factors are divided or distributed into multiple levels. The top level will resemble the clinical parameters, the clinically observable entities, and the bottom levels will be tissue level, cellular level and subcellular levels. Clear? But for periodontal disease we have two levels, level A and level B. So now the next question, what were those newer findings or the newer factors which led to the discovery or proposal of this concept? So basically there were four new findings. The first finding is microbes exist in microbial complexes. Remember, the first model was proposed in the year 1997 and this concept was proposed in the year 2008. So the microbes exist in microbial complexes was discovered by Sokratsky and Hafaji in the year 1998. So yes, the first finding, the advancement in our knowledge of understanding the pathogenesis of periodontal disease, that is microbes exist in microbial complexes. Second, remember the disease modifiers, that is environmental and genetic factors. They influence the immunoinflammatory response and hence the disease outcome. That's not it. They also contribute or influence or determine the patient's susceptibility to acquire the disease. So that is the second finding. Influences or controls the patient's susceptibility to acquire the disease. Thirdly, the influence of systemic diseases on periodontal disease. That is mainly attributed to bacterial seeding phenomena, the common immunoinflammatory mechanisms and the common disease modifiers. And the last finding, that is the microorganisms. Specific microorganisms have or possess specific mechanisms which will help them to cause the periodontal disease. So these specific mechanisms by specific microorganisms and hence the appropriate immunoinflammatory response against it is the final and the fourth finding. So based on these four newer findings, a new model was proposed to accommodate them. So now coming to this model, there are two levels in the model of periodontal disease pathogenesis, level A and level B. The top level, that is level B, is the clinically observable parameters and biomarkers, and level A are the biologic mechanisms of immunoinflammatory response and the subsequent influence on bone and connective tissue metabolism. So now what happens? The substances released from the microbial complexes in level B that are represented by arrays will activate the immunoinflammatory response in level A. I repeat, the substances, that is the bacterial products by microbial complexes represented as arrays released from level B will activate the immunoinflammatory response in the level A. The activation of immunoinflammatory response will subsequently influence the bone and connective tissue metabolism. Clear till now? Now, for every individual, this biologic mechanisms, the biological influence between the immunoinflammatory response and the bone and connective tissue metabolism is governed by environmental factors and genetic variations. Let's say the combination of various environmental factors, example smoking, and the genetic variations, example interleukin polymorphism. So the influence of these environmental and genetic factors will now alter the expression of genes that are activated by these bacterial products and hence lead to the production of altered gene expressions and the proteins and metabolites. So now the ultimate net result is altered genes and proteins and the metabolites. These three biological components, that is the genes, that is altered genes, metabolites and the proteins, are evident in the tissue samples. They are present in these tissues. and these biological components in the tissues will cause the tissue changes. Those tissue changes are clinically evident as the clinical signs of the disease. So this is the basic concept of this model. So this completes this model. Basically this model has tried to segregate various factors into multiple levels. For periodontal disease, two levels, level A and level B. Level B depicts the clinically observable parameters and biomarkers, and level A depicts the cellular and subcellular entities, that is the immunoinflammatory response and bone and connective tissue metabolism. An entire interplay between all these factors resulting into the clinical signs of disease. So I hope this topic is clear to you all, this concept is clear, but if you still have any doubts or any queries, feel free to ask me in the comment section below or mail me at dentalstudiessimplified@gmail.com. Thank you for watching and listening to me. Study well. Have a good day. Stay safe.